The funniest part about America right now, hmm, it'll have to be the people screaming the loudest who have no idea on what they're protecting. ICE just pulled the mask off everything, and suddenly the streets are full of folks who can't handle reality. Y'all, let's start here.
Well, Border Patrol can expect to see the same fight back movement that was waged in Chicago, that was waged in LA, and we are going to bring that same energy here in Charlotte.
Just as we saw in Chicago and LA, protesters and federal agents are already clashing in Charlotte, which is the latest hotspot for the Trump administration's illegal immigration crackdown. Federal immigration agents launching what's being dubbed Operation Charlotte's Web in that North Carolina city. The operation netting more than 130 arrests in its first 2 days. News Nation's Allie Bradley is on the ground there in Charlotte. So, Allie, what more can you tell us about this new and latest operation?
Yeah, hey, Nicole. So Operation Charlotte's Web, that is in full swing right now. As you can see behind me, these immigration officials conducting some of their enforcement operations right now. But when it comes down to it, over the last 2 days, Commander Gregory Bovino confirming that they've arrested more than 130 illegal immigrants across the Charlotte area. And this morning, we were actually out when he was walking around on a work site at the east end of town where they were checking on people's legal status. No arrests were made during that time. This is CBP agents are all across town checking on that legal status of individuals across the Charlotte area. But why Charlotte? Well, DHS says it's because the city operates as a sanctuary jurisdiction and criminal illegal immigrants are being released back to the streets instead of being turned over to ICE. Now, we can tell you that there are more than 161,000 illegal immigrants living in the area that have a final order of removal. This means that they violated their immigration terms. They didn't qualify for asylum. A judge ordered them removed, but they have not left. Now, of those 161,000 individuals, 6,300 are convicted criminals. Now, the deployment of federal resources, though, coming with mixed reaction from local leaders after these videos circulated over the weekend. Republican lawmakers say the operation is critical, while Democrat Governor Josh Stein says the tactics the federal officers are using are going too far.
We've seen masked, heavily armed agents and paramilitary garb driving unmarked cars, targeting American citizens based on their skin color, racially profiling and picking up random people in parking lots and off of our sidewalks. This is not making us safer. It's stoking fear and dividing our community.
This is important. The criminals that they're getting off the streets need to happen, and I'm very thankful that they're doing their job.
So Border Patrol telling us, the chief, we talked to Mike Banks early last week, and he's telling us that no city is safe, that they will be going everywhere throughout the United States. We know that there are thousands of agents across 25 cities. Next up for Border Patrol, they're going to be going to New Orleans. They've got their sights set on Louisiana under an operation called Catahoula Crunch. Nicole.
All right, so Allie, you actually just witnessed an assault on a federal officer within the last half hour. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, so this was really interesting. I was actually standing there with Chief Bovino and his team, and this car actually barreled over a curb, sped into the parking lot. That individual received a warning from Border Patrol agents, and then that individual proceeded to try to block their vehicles in, and at that point had reversed into a government vehicle. So right now, this individual that's sitting on the ground right here, we can show you, is actually being charged with assault on a federal officer. This was after a pursuit as well. So this individual took off from the scene, sped away about a mile where they pursued this individual, and now ultimately will be arresting them and taking them into custody for that prosecution as well, Nicole.
All right, Allie Bradley live for us there on the ground in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you.
Now, Charlotte looks like the season finale of a show nobody auditioned for. ICE is out here grabbing people with final removal orders. Emphasis on final, all right? And the crowd still yelling like somebody stole their cousin's parking spot. You've had years to handle your paperwork, and now you're mad that the bill finally showed up. 161,000 ordered to leave, and somehow ICE is painted as the villain here. That's like ignoring eviction notices for 12 months and screaming at the landlord when the sheriff decides to show up. And if you think that reaction was wild, bro, I want you to look how people acted in Washington when ICE didn't even touch anybody yet.
Look at this. Look at this guy. And then this one too. What? Take off your mask, bitch! Take off your mask. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? Because you're scared. Because you're a bitch. Because you're a bitch. Get the fuck out the car. Take your mask off. You're scared because you're a bitch and you know it's not right. You know it's not right. Get out of here. What are you recording? You know it's not right. That's why you're recording your face. You're hiding your face because you're scared. You're embarrassed. You're embarrassed. You're embarrassed. Look at you. Look at you, bro. You don't even have no fucking vest. A normal fucking outfit, bro. Look at you.
Now, look at this. She's out here crying, threatening to dox agents. Take off your mask. Girl, if unhinged was a location pin, I'm just saying, you're standing right on it. Imagine being so emotional you try to unmask federal agents like it's a Scooby-Doo episode. Let me see your face so I can ruin your life for doing your job, essentially. That ain't activism. This is entitlement mixed with TikTok addiction. And the craziest part, they swear they're doing this for the community. Okay. Let's listen to one of the spokespeople for this movement.
Seeing all these white people or black people out there in the streets protesting, interfering with ICE raids, or even just posting on social media and spreading awareness is like one of the few things right now that can warm my cold dead heart. They're using their privilege to help our community when a lot of people in our community don't even care. There's so many Latinos who don't give a fuck. They don't care that the people who look just like them are being treated so horrifically. That 1,200 detainees have gone missing. That Latino women are being raped and attacked by ICE impersonators. They don't care that ICE has killed people. They don't care that ICE left children abandoned alone in a car after they detained their parents, or that they were using that little autistic girl as leverage to get her parents to come out. It blows my mind that you can be brown skin of Hispanic origin and think that because you have your papers, this has nothing to do with you. Seeing all these white people or black people.
Then you got this one thanking strangers for using their privilege to block ICE raids. Meanwhile, she says her own community doesn't care. Maybe it's not privilege. Maybe they just don't want to interfere with the people stopping predators, kidnappers, and traffickers. You know how crazy that sounds? ICE is rescuing abused kids, and you're thanking people for keeping them from doing it. And speaking of things that make zero sense, let me show you the moment where Illinois said, hey, look, law doesn't matter.
So how long have you been a police officer?
Since January 8th.
January this year?
Correct. I just finished the academy.
You just finished the academy, okay. All right.
You had to get there.
Just to confirm though too,
Yeah.
so they hired you on, you had work authorization?
Correct.
And you were able to carry a firearm?
No.
Okay.
On duty, yes. Off duty, no.
So on duty you could carry a firearm,
State of Illinois, you need a Ford and a CCW to carry a weapon off duty.
but on duty you could?
Correct.
Wow.
You know, what's crazy about this is I don't know anything about him other than he says he loves America. The problem is he's not even a citizen. So he can't own a firearm legally in our country, but he's being given a firearm by the state of Illinois as a police officer in the state. And apparently they just, all you have to have is work authorization in this state. That is insane. You haven't even sworn allegiance to our country yet, and yet we're giving you a firearm. Now, this guy may be a great guy, but how many others are working in our country as police officers who aren't great guys?
And this right here, this one almost broke my brain. I'm not going to lie. They got An illegal immigrant as a police officer with a firearm in Illinois, where legal citizens can't even buy a Nerf gun without a permission slip. How do you enforce laws you don't legally qualify to follow? It's like making somebody who failed the drug test somebody who failed the drug test the manager of the drug test. Don't worry. It gets even better because the politicians behind all this stuff, they can't even talk, but they can't even keep their own story straight for more than 48 hours.
Democrats have lost their goddamn mind.
Illegal immigrants should not be getting access to the Affordable Care Act marketplace.
100%, Senator. But what I'm saying is that members of your party are making
well,
this
I
an
can't
issue.
speak for members of my party, and I don't think you're right. I think you're making it an issue. Vice President Vance is making it an issue, but I haven't heard anybody in my party saying that illegal immigrants should get access to the health insurance marketplace.
I'm so glad you said that. Actually, I have some tape of your Democratic Party members saying this on the...
Girl, what planet do you live on? What Democratic Party you a part of? Because if you are part of the American Democratic Party, your colleagues been talking shit for a whole month straight, talking about they don't want illegal immigrant health care. Stop it, girl. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, all of them been parading. And you know what's funny about this situation? They know what they were preaching before no longer works. So this is how they do. They word play. You know, politics, they're good at that. They word play. 6 months ago, it was about, illegal immigrants need health care and insurance and all this other stuff. But now, the average liberal right now they got an issue with. Now all the Democrat politicians are going around saying, no, immigrants, they all need health care. You see what I'm saying? They leaving the term illegal out. You see, that's the thing about the Democratic Party. They are a mastermind genius when it comes to wordplay because they know the average person don't read between the lines.
Amen to that. I mean, playing word games with immigrants, migrants, illegals, depending on what gets you less booze on the stage. The same dance every time. Yesterday, healthcare for immigrants. Today, we never said healthcare to illegal immigrants. Get out of here, man. Y'all be lying with so much confidence. When the hypocrisy gets a little too loud, somebody always steps in and say what everybody's thinking. Usually while eating.
Good, thank you. So the Pope says you can't vote for Trump because he has a strict immigration policy. You know who else has a strict immigration policy? Heaven. If 20 million illegal aliens can help our economy, why didn't they help their own economy? So it costs $450 billion to care for the migrants who invaded our country, and yet they told us $10 billion for a wall was too expensive. Got it. If requiring an ID to vote is racist, is boarding an airplane and driving a car and buying alcohol also racist? This economy is so bad. $33 for toilet paper? We can't even afford to shit. So the left banned prayer in public schools because it's offensive, but they won't let us ban drag queen story hour because free speech? I wonder what's worse. So in America, if you cheat to get into college, you can go to jail, but if you cheat to get into America, you can go to college for free? Los Angeles is run exclusively by Democrats, and they're the ones that say they're going to clean up the environment. If America really is the most racist, unbearable place on earth, why does everyone want to move here? The difference between the government and robbers is that robbers don't pretend they're helping you. Just so you know, calling someone privileged because they're white is judging someone by the color of their skin. So a man who doesn't want to take care of his kid is a deadbeat dad, but a woman who doesn't want to is pro-choice? Got it. So a mother can abort her baby if she doesn't want the responsibility, but a father will go to prison if he doesn't want the responsibility. Interesting. We live in a time where intelligent people are being silenced so that stupid people won't be offended.
Man, having some camera issues, so if I disappear, I apologize in advance. Apparently, it ain't charging right now while it's on the charge. But Danny comes in, eating his whole pantry while exposing the math nobody wants to say out loud. 20 million people didn't fix their own economy because, but they are going to fix ours. Bro, he's doing stand-up comedy and public policy at the same time. Salute to this guy. But funny clip, y'all. The reality behind this ain't funny at all, though. Because while people rage at ICE for enforcing the law, I want you to look at what ICE is actually doing out here.
ICE announcing a brand new operation to conduct welfare checks on the 450,000 children that the Biden administration placed with unvetted sponsors, some of whom were sex traffickers, gang members, and abusers. The Trump administration has already located more than 24,400 children, and some of these stories are absolutely heartbreaking, like this one. A 1-year-old unaccompanied minor crossed the border during the Obama administration. That little girl is now 12 years old. During her 11 years in America, she lived with a series of relatives and endured horrifying abuse. According to Fox's Brooke Taylor, she was found in the custody of 2 sisters who have now been arrested. The 12-year-old was found, quote, with injuries all over her body, extreme malnutrition, and an infected gash on her head and zip ties around her wrist. Among those who abused this innocent child were her one-time sponsor, a distant uncle that she was placed with in 2024, despite being an illegal immigrant with a criminal conviction. That sponsor, that alleged abuser, was given temporary protected status by the Biden administration. Why? Here is video that Brooke Taylor obtained of the Trump administration arresting that man just yesterday. This is just one of the nearly 500,000 children that the Trump administration is seeking to protect. And this operation comes after the administration announced that Operation Dirtbag, conducted in partnership with the state of Florida, resulted in the arrest of 230 criminal illegal immigrants, including 150 sexual predators. Here was Deputy ICE Director Madison Sheehan announcing that development.
In just 10 days, we've been able to remove, in partnership with the state of Florida, over 230 of the worst heinous criminals from their streets. Our job as law enforcement is to protect the most vulnerable. Democrats will tell you that that is the criminal illegal aliens who they have let run free in our communities, but not this group of law enforcement. We know that it's the children that is our job to protect.
But here's the part everybody conveniently forgets while screaming at ICE agents. ICE is literally conducting welfare checks on 450,000 kids because the last administration handed children to unvetted strangers. They already found over 24,000 in dangerous situations, trafficking, abuse, predators. And somehow the same folks block and raise want to pretend none of this exists. You got kids missing, and y'all yelling at the only people looking for them. And when ICE finally asks, why are y'all hiding or trying to hide violent offenders, is the answer that you get.
You know, it really is sad, right? You point out sanctuary jurisdictions. You look at Massachusetts. You look at a city like Boston. You look at New York City, the state of New York. I don't understand when we go to other law enforcement agencies or to elected officials and say, hey, look at our success. Look at the criminal aliens, these violent predators we can take off your street. But they want to hide and harbor these illegal aliens, number one, that aren't supposed to be here in the first place, that have committed heinous crimes. Yet they want to stand beside them. You almost want to say you've lost all hope for those regions, but ICE is going to continue to do our mission. If they don't want to help us, we say thank you, but we're going to go ahead and rid those criminal illegal aliens from those neighborhoods.
Well, and I know the border czar, Tom Homan, has said that other crimes get solved when ICE comes into those communities because they don't have to focus on the worst of the worst. You are doing that part of the job, so that makes entire communities better. I want to bring you back. I thank you so very much on a big breaking news day for the update. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons, thank you.
You know, when ICE asks Sanctuary City why they're hiding violent offenders, you usually get silence. Not disagreement, Silence. Because deep down, everybody knows. Once the truth hits the light, the whole narrative collapses. America's upside down. The criminals get protection. The agents get doxxed. I need to slow down when I'm speaking in my thoughts. Beyond that, the kids get forgotten. I'm choosing sanity above anything. And the second you show the full picture of this, they don't know whether to be outraged or embarrassed they ever defended this mess. If you made it to the end of this video, a message to them I want y'all to write inside of the comment section is, think harder. Thank you, team. Thank y'all. Be safe. Go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.